Hoy en UFC Conectado, nos enteramos de la historia del famoso gimnasio RVCA en California.
The training center was created for BJ Penn. I thought I could provide a platform for him to achieve his goals as a two-belt world champion.
Y Trevor Wittman nos cuenta su experiencia en el regreso de la UFC al Madison Square Garden en el UFC 268.
You get so dialed in that you forget a lot of these memories. Well, I looked up and I knew I'd remember it.
Hola y bienvenidos a UFC Conectado. En el 2009, la popular marca RVCA comenzó un gimnasio de MMA basado en el miembro del Salón de la Fama BJ Penn. Desde entonces, el gimnasio ha producido múltiples campeones de la UFC, incluyendo a Michael Bisping. RVCA sigue siendo meca de talento de las artes marciales mixtas del más alto nivel, bajo la guía del entrenador Jason Parillo. Vamos a Costa Mesa, en California, para aprender más del gimnasio RVCA y su popular historia en Campo de Batalla.
RVCA headquarters is unique because everything coexists here, from the surfing, skateboarding, art, MMA, jiu-jitsu.
Push!
It's maybe not typical to most gyms, but it's always been a part of the DNA of the brand.
Graffiti artists, MMA fighters, surfers, skaters. It's pretty cool.
It's a family around here. Quality over quantity, the right advice, and the right training partners.
Everyone's different here, and that's what's good about it.
Push! Push!
You can be really who you want to be.
We train hard and we win fights.
Three, two, let's go! All the way to the bell. Amazing, good job, Cheeto. Come on, Mackenzie, all the way through. All the way through.
If you've never been to the RVCA headquarters here in Southern California, if you were to pull in the parking lot, you could see Cheeto Vera doing sprints with Jason Parillo, artists like Deffer painting a mural, people work on clothing designs. It's like a mini museum. A lot of artists have stuff hanging on the wall or installations going on.
I met Pat training at LA Boxing. As much as he was into martial arts and he loved jiu-jitsu, he loved boxing. We were 18-year-old kids and the guy's got his own clothing store down the street. I knew back then the kid was gonna hit it.
In 1999, RVCA started my garage. V and an A, the balance of opposite is what I call it, like the yin and the yang. Philosophy behind that was taken from Bruce Lee and how he took traditional martial arts, combined them to make his own martial art. The training center was created for BJ Penn.
The proud Hawaiian BJ Penn.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest lightweight in the history of the sport.
BJ, he couldn't walk down the street. He was one of the most popular fighters in the world. In Hawaii, the small town that he's from, Hilo, there's a lot of distractions. Everyone wanted to hang out with him. They don't care what the consequence is, but it's taking away from you being focused and achieving greatness like BJ did in the UFC. I knew BJ since he was a white belt. We built our friendship all the way through to him being a black belt world champion and then being in the UFC. I had this private space. I thought I could provide a platform for him to achieve his goals as a two-belt world champion. We had mats here just for jiu-jitsu training. Dana helped us with the canvas for the octagon. That was the origin of the RVCA gym.
Pat just goes, let's put a gym right here. And we're like, all right. Came here, started working.
Push, find him. Push, show on the inside. Push.
BJ defended the world title 3 times in here.
Looking to choke out Florian. BJ Penn looking to remain the champion. It is all over. BJ Penn has defeated Teddy Florian.
Chris Cyborg's been through here. She's won world titles, defended it a couple times.
Luke Rockhold, RDA had a lot of camps over here. And Michael Bisping, he won his world championship training here.
Michael Bisping, he's one of these guys that had that tenacity and that want to be the best in the world no matter what happens.
Bisping's longtime trainer, Jason Perillo, believes that counters and the movement are the key to the victory tonight.
Oh, he got rocked! Bisping caught him with a left, and again, Michael Bisping is the new UFC middleweight champion of the world!
First round knockout, left hook. Jason Perillo, thank you.
I think champions come out of RVCA HQ because of Jason Perillo.
And Jason Perillo out of Los Angeles, California.
Jason was a professional boxer.
Here comes Perillo. Look, and he's setting down on those punches now. Hard work is out on his feet, and down he goes for a second time.
Jason Perillo!
I thought I was going to be a world champion, right? That's where your mind's at when you're a kid. But I have nerve damage in my left eye. I lost half my left hand with an ulnar nerve injury.
Jason retired from boxing, 9-0.
Pat always believed in me as a coach. He always believed in BJ as a fighter. He's always kind of believed that, but he's always supported it. So sometimes you find coaches that stay hungry in the game because they almost are vicariously living through their athletes because they had a hunger and a passion, the same passion that their athletes do, but they didn't make it. Not everybody knows how bad they want to get there. I do. After Bisping's career and a couple other fighters' careers were coming to an end, you know, I've started to establish a relationship with these younger fighters. Just get a little warm up. Nice, elbows are tight. My two main focuses right now are Chito Vera and Mackenzie Dern. Two athletes that I really see are future champions for the RVCA gym.
BJ Penn, I know from jiu-jitsu. I texted him, said, hey, BJ, what do you think of Perillo? You know, what his thoughts were, his opinion, if he recommended him or not, you know. He said, man, Perillo's the man.
Mackenzie, she's in a division that's very competitive, but she could continue to stay in the top 10 there for a very long time.
Oh, there it is. There's the tap quickly. Another submission finish.
Boy.
Mackenzie Dern.
I know for a fact Mackenzie Dern can win a world title in that division. Hush, she upside hand, nice. Hush. Chito's a smart kid, a hungry kid. 1-2 hook. Hush. He reminds me so much of Michael Bisping.
I knew for a long time, if I wanna get somewhere in this game, I gotta start training with him. He's from a boxing base, but he's not trying to make you a boxer. He's just trying to make you balanced and secure enough that you can go and fight the way you wanna fight. He makes sure you're ready, you're sharp mentally to do anything you want.
My whole goal is to build these fighters to the elite level and train champions.
In the future, I would like to see them live the dream and following the same path as BJ Penn, Michael Bisping.
BJ Penn. This gym was built around him. He paved the way. Now there's another generation in me and Mackenzie. We're looking forward to be that too.
Llegó la hora de hacer una pausa, pero al regreso, Trevor Wittman nos cuenta su experiencia en el regreso de la UFC al Madison Square Garden en el UFC 268. En el 2021, la UFC hizo su esperado regreso al Madison Square Garden para el UFC 268. Una cartelera llena de estrellas protagonizada por tres de los grandes, quienes son compañeros de entrenamiento: Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas y Kamaru Usman. Una noche histórica para el equipo Onyx y su entrenador principal, Trevor Wittman, quien tuvo la tarea de preparar y ser esquina de los tres ese mismo evento. Trevor nos cuenta su experiencia en el UFC 268 en Noche de Acción.
In 2021, the UFC is coming back after the pandemic to New York at MSG
Dateline, New York, and man, does it feel good to say that!
It was a big deal for the UFC being able to come back to MSG and put on an event like that. Like, that's a superstar event.
They all feel big, but this one particularly so. And one way or another, more UFC history will be made at the Mecca.
MSG is the spot, the arena for combat sports. Some of the greatest fights in history in that arena.
Oh, he's done. It is all over!
For me, it was a relief to get back into an arena and have a crowd and feel the environment. Like, that's a special, special thing. The whole main card for 268 was a barn burner and was filled with superstars. I only trained 3 athletes, and all 3 of them are on the main card of 268. Just having one fight in one night is something that keeps my heart beating very uniquely. And I call it anticipation, but truly it's anxiety. Having all 3 of these fights on one card, yeah, that definitely felt like 3 cups of coffee. I felt like that was gonna be a huge distraction, and that was probably my most concern going in with all 3 of these fights, all being against the best opponents that we could ask for. There's so much on the line. Justin Gaethje versus Chandler. I almost feel like when you have a title eliminator, that's the one that you have to go out there and be spectacular, because we knew he was gonna come in prepared. And then Justin, like, we're on a mission to get that title. Rose had just defeated Weili by a head kick in the first round.
Early head kick! Thug Rose has regained the strawweight throne! Whoa!
When I heard about the rematch, I was like, all right, cool. I think she is the best in the division right now. As a coach, I also wanted that challenge again, because a lot of times when you go out there and you spark someone, you want to see more, you know? You actually want to see yourself compete against them. So I wanted to see Rose go out there and show the world that she's better than her and did not just catch her. Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman, the first fight, I was so entertained by the fight.
Here we go.
You got 2 guys that are known for their wrestling, and not one of them even tries to shoot. They go out there in this 5-round war.
Incredible fight as advertised.
And a lot of times when there's that much bad blood, it doesn't turn out to be a great fight, you know, because the bad blood was better than the fight. And that first fight, I was blown away. It equally matched the top.
Another knockdown! That is it! And still, Kamaru Usman finishes Colby Covington. That has got to feel good!
When I found out about this rematch, I had drive, and I wanted that, but I didn't know how much I wanted it on the same card with the other 2 athletes. That was my only concern. I'd say out of my 22 years of coaching, this was the hardest camp that I've ever had in my life. You know, I've got Kamaru, who I start with, who's, you know, a super puncher, who breaks my body down. And then I got Rose, where I almost have to hold my breath to hit mitts with her because she's so fast. And then I got Justin Gaethje, who just a wrecking machine. So it's so hard physically, but I would say it's a touch harder mentally, just trying to stay focused and making sure that I'm giving each one of them 100% of my time.
Hey, take a break. Yeah, you hit that right hand.
I knew it was gonna be a fast night, but a long week. This fight week, the whole experience, it was heavy. My body felt it, my mind felt it. The feeling of fear, that was the hardest thing for me, is fighting through those. I've been on the biggest cards, I've been on the biggest main events, I've champions in different weight classes. This was so outside the box. The feeling of you've taken on too much is what makes living so worth it. Good. Woo!
It's the Octagon return to the Big Apple, and welcome to the UFC 268 press conference from New York, New York.
It is good to be back in New York City. What's up?
We show up at the press conference, it was just like instantly like heated. Colby instantly goes disrespectful.
After I'm done with Marty Saturday night, he's done. He's gonna retire and he's not gonna wanna fight me again.
And this rant keeps going on from Colby. Kamaru's having a blast. Justin is getting Justin's starting to bark things over to Colby.
You're a
Rose is in the middle feeling this Gaethje voice. And I don't know if it's Rose off. So I'm watching her. That's my big concern, especially in these chaotic situations. That's the unique thing about this sport. When you go into battle, you share things that you can't explain. They're feelings, they're raw emotion, and that was a great raw emotion moment. It was a proud moment for a coach. They are my fight family, and it was bonding. It was something I'll remember.
Y hacemos otra pausa, pero al regreso, no te puedes perder el desenlace de esta noche histórica en el Madison Square Garden.
Here we go in the biggest arena in all of combat sports, the place, the house, Madison Square Garden.
Well, in many respects, it's Trevor Wittman night. He's got 3 pupils, all of them stars.
Getting to MSG and you're walking and then you get inside and it's a feeling like no other. This lush history, you can feel the energy of the former athletes. There's just something unique about it.
Here we go.
If I were to choose any arena to ever fight in, it's that one. So in the locker room with Justin Gaethje, he's a unique guy.
Time to shine, baby.
He makes the coaching job very fun.
All right, Justin, it's your time. Go, JG, let's go.
His lack of fear and his excitement to fight is one of a kind.
That's what we live for.
He's the closest thing you can get to an old school gladiator.
They don't come much more beloved. Fan bases don't come much bigger than this guy's.
You know, he's all about performance, and that's a really cool thing. When you can go out there and get the crowd involved,
Let's do this.
you create your own energy. You create an energy force that's around you when you're fighting, and he is the best at that.
Fans had so much anticipation for this fight.
Almost every time the first round starts with Justin Gaethje, it's almost like being in the eye of like a hurricane.
Oh, they're in the pocket.
You feel it, and you feel the pressure, and then all of a sudden it just calms down, and everything opens up.
Be sharp. Oh, nice uppercut.
Justin ends up taking a punch, and then he fires a couple shots back, catches Chandler.
Oh my goodness.
Chandler said he was gonna go straight forward and not back up, and he's staying true to his word, which plays out into our fight.
Draws a wry smile from Gaethje.
That's where Justin shines greatness, in chaos.
Gaethje loves the chaos, man.
I actually just sat back and I let Justin be Justin. When you can make art out of chaos, it's very unique.
Oh my goodness, look at this fight.
He set the tone that night so damn well. That night he was fighting for something. I could not wait to hug him and give him his respect.
Hey, you make history, baby. I fucking love you.
Justin, the highlight, Gaethje!
You know, that fight with Justin Gaethje was spectacular, but it was gone. I wanted to get rid of the past and focus on the present. And now it was Rose. The fight with Justin Gaethje, complete chaos, complete fun, fan mindset. I have to switch it into a mindset of watching Rose.
I'm the best.
And making sure that I'm watching body language and facial expressions to know where her mind is, because she's such a mental fighter.
Let's do it.
That personal time that I get with them is what makes my understanding of their mindsets so strong.
I'm the best.
It is a championship fight night, and that means Thug Rose has been activated. And Joe Rogan, the work she is putting in the gym is paying off.
Well, she's got amazing training with Trevor Wittman.
Leading someone and being there for someone, having their back is the key to being a great coach.
It's tremendous to see her complete her journey, not only as a person, but as a champ.
She believes Zhang Weili represents the toughest fight in the division.
Weili's a strong, strong girl. She's great everywhere, but she's strong. She's mentally strong and physically strong. And I love the way that Rose went out there and pushed her backwards.
She's stalking Zhang Weili right now.
Rose applying that pressure to her was a statement on, I'm here to fight.
I love it, Rose! Go, Rose!
I started to notice that Rose was following Weili, and we needed to make an adjustment.
Take a deep breath. 20 seconds. Whatever you're thinking, turn it off.
When I asked Rose if she's having fun,
Are you f***ing having fun?
and I told her in the most simplest terms, make her feel you.
Keep making her feel your spirit. Exactly like you're doing.
Championship, Harden Championship medal shown by Rose Namajunas.
She went out there, put her on her back, and you could see Weili submitting mentally.
I want monkey punches. Donkey Kong. Oh.
Massive right from Namajunas.
Right as the bell rang in the 5th round, it was clear to me, and I knew we won that fight.
Yeah. Yeah. You love me.
And I said, all right, I'm out. Enjoy this process. Kamaru was next, and I had a job to do.
And still the undisputed UFC strawweight champion.
All right, I'm here with the winner and still Thug Rose.
Now we're facing Colby Covington again. Bad blood, and it's finally here. We've set the stage. Now it's time to close the night, and most importantly, close his mouth.
Time to shine, baby. Good night. Let's go.
As we walk through the tunnel, I remember just looking up at the fans.
The time has come for the UFC welterweight championship fight.
You get so dialed in that you forget a lot of these memories. I looked up and I knew I'd remember it.
If he wins tonight, you're looking at a legend right there. And the argument of the best welterweight of all time starts to happen.
The wait ends here. A rematch nearly 2 years in the making.
Watching Kamaru and Colby was just spectacular. Like, I could not believe how well Kamaru was fighting and using his range and pressure.
Don't forget the body, baby.
Kamaru was showing that he was breaking Colby mentally.
Oh my goodness.
Colby was feeling what he felt in the first fight, but he wasn't able to attack back. And everything was going so smoothly, so fluently, and could not be written any better. That's when I get to talk.
You look great. How you're dominating them. This is what we do. This is what we do. Let's go!
Colby gets to sell the fight and do everything at the press conference.
You ready? Go.
This is my time to be disrespectful.
Break this motherfucker!
I coach against you, and my goal is to break you.
Yes, Kamaru. I love it.
I was very proud of Kamaru after the fight. He stayed in his face, he never backed up, and he did what a champion does. Does not falter in any scenario.
And still!
So right as Kamaru's hand got raised, it's the only time I'm in the octagon that night to witness the victory. I felt calm. The feeling after the event was over and all 3 fights were done, it was like I could finally breathe. I needed to accept the moment for myself. Because I have the best job in the world. I get to help people succeed. I get to help them find gold. When you're selfless as a coach, it's the little selfish moments that make that commitment worth it. And there was that moment. It was one of the greatest experiences in my life that I will never forget.
Así terminamos este episodio. Contáctanos y comparte tus opiniones en línea usando el hashtag UFC Conectado. Hasta la próxima.